a smartphone which industry experts have appreciated for the exceptional camera performance, vivid and expensive display, and the willingness to set new benchmarks in defining what a premium mobile device could be. With the LG G4, LG has focused on delivering comfortable elegance, a great visual and human-centric user experience. We hope to live up to our promise of innovation for a better life with this fashionable premium smartphone, and that promises to deliver a balanced user experience that competes with best of the best. The G4 is an evolved successor of two of our most loved smartphones in India that LG has to offer in Indian market. Its global launch in late April this year, followed by the first time of its kind consumer trial campaign globally and in India, reveals that the G4 has been loved and appreciated by tech enthusiasts and consumers worldwide. Today, we introduced G4 in India, and we are confident of creating a similar success story in India. At LG,
Amit Gujral, Product and Marketing Head of Mobile Communications, LG Electronics, on stage. Please give this wonderful man a huge round of applause.
Khushamadid, Suswagatam, Vanakkam, welcome. I welcome India here. मेरे ख्याल से मुंबई की बारिश की आवाज़ को एक आवाज़ कम कर सकती है आज आपकी तालियां. I welcome all of you from across the country and welcome all, not just in India, but globally, who are witnessing this event live through the live streaming webcast across the globe. Actually, it feels happy, and so does today, to be in front of all of you again and share once again experience on the most awaited smartphone of the year, the great LG G4. If you recollect, we redefined our DNA at LG and worked on the lines of learning from you. Learning from you is the mantra. We will listen and learn from you and translate your needs into smartphone experiences of you, for you, or your experiences are translated into design, functions, features as needed by you. In this process, while developing G3, which was, by the way, the best smartphone of year 2015 at none other than the Mobile World Congress, we learned that you needed simplicity in smartphone usage. And we coined G3 with the new definition, simple is the new smart. We continue our journey of learning and translating your needs, your experiences into features and making things simpler yet smarter and realized. In the early days of the mobile phone era, if you recollect, there were a variety of designs available. And our Padma Vibhushan Shri Amitabh Bachchan.
Namaskar, Adab, Sat Sri Akal, and a very warm welcome to all of you on this rather wet and stormy morning. The welcome is special because all of you have braved this rain and this water logging and still been here in large numbers. Thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I have the privilege to speak about the most dynamic, innovative, and truly great smartphone, the LG G4. It is a privilege because this phone is a result of constant hard work to fulfill LG's promise of innovation for a better life. LG G4 is full of innovations, so much so that it would take us the entire day to go through all of them. However, I shall keep it short and simple and focus on three key values that the LG G4 can offer you. Comfortable elegance, a great visual experience, and a human-centric user experience. You know, you might think that you know a lot about the G4 because what you've read so far, but have you read it all? Well, it's clear that there is still so much that you haven't heard about the G4. So take a closer look at LG's most innovative smartphone ever. Let me start with the comfortable elegance of the LG G4. As Amit just said, back in the days of the mobile phone era, every mobile was unique. Every design had a certain angle and a certain flavor. The G4 has a sense of grace and beauty, which is incomparable. Once you hold it, you will understand. So LG thought about how they can deliver greater value in life without offending anyone or while respecting the users. Fashionable style, more luxurious as time passes, upgraded usability. These are some of the core values. The core of the G4 design is the genuine premier leather, the selection of which is based on very meticulous quality standards. It is so hard to do well, but LG embraced all the challenges and spent 12 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, inventing a new method to give the G4 a warm, real leather back. Starting off with vegetable tanning, LG kept the artificial finishing to the very minimum, and this has helped preserve the natural touch and overall sentiment of real leather. So even the tiniest pores and granular elements in the leather can show through. And for the intricate details, LG used double leather, stacking, and combined it with beautiful high-quality special threads from Germany for its stitching. That not only complements the LG G4, but also stands out. This is true craftsmanship at its finest. The natural patterns, grains, and colors in the leather make each G4 unique. And over time, as you hold the phone, the leather will take on even more character. And that's what differentiates the LG G4. It's a premium design with classic elegance to hold. Along with the luxury of leather, LG wanted to create a smartphone that is not just beautiful, but also one that fits the contour of the human body naturally. And the solution is an ergonomic, slim arc design. Slim arc design. LG didn't just round off the edges. The slim arc runs along the G4's entire body. It is more than just an attractive adornment. It's a comfortable and exceptionally stable grip when you hold it in your hand, And the LG G4's natural fit, slim arc creates a feeling of luxury while delivering more practicality. And the nature of the arc also means that the LG G4 stands up better to accidental face down drops. If you drop the phone, it protects it a little more. Additionally, many premium phones now have single SIM and non-removable low-capacity batteries to make them slimmer. So LG asked its customers what they cared about most in a smartphone. And the vast majority said they would happily give up some slimness for dual SIM options and for a decent battery that could be replaced. So the LG G4 is a premium smartphone with the dual SIM option, where you can manage your official and personal life in one and get a 3000 mAh high-class removable battery as well. So the design of the LG G4 is a piece of technology that's infused with humanity and craftsmanship. Let's have a look at it. सज्जनों, एक सवाल और 4 options. What do you use most on your smartphone? Games, camera, video player, music? And the right answer is camera. Lock kiya jaye. On the LG G4, you shall see the world's best smartphone camera. The LG G4's camera promises an unprecedented, great visual experience. Armed with the best functions and the best picture quality, the G4 is the ultimate smartphone camera so far. You know, as humans, we have an innate desire to immortalize important moments. When we start making smartphone cameras, the focus was on increasing the megapixel count. But when we reached, 13 to 16 megapixels, we shifted our focus towards making it fast. Because we know that people get frustrated when they miss that magical moment in their lives. So fast autofocus is essential, and it doesn't get much faster than that, according to the laser technology in the LG G4. With laser autofocus, the LG G4 can achieve a noticeably faster speed of launching the camera in just about, and listen to this, in just about 0.6 seconds. 0.6 seconds. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, that is not all. The LG G4 lets you launch the camera and capture that moment rather rapidly by just double-clicking the rear volume down key. At the back of the phone, you have the volume key and the lower key by pressing it. Speed is important, as you all know, but it's not all that matters. The important thing is that people wanted to see the pictures just as they were seen through the human eye. And to make this happen, LG really had to understand the essence of the camera. Let me just explain to you through my years of experience in front of the camera and at times behind the camera, the photography. Everyone can guess the dictionary definition of the word photography, but its etymology tells us more. The Greek root word phos, P-H-O-S, means light, and graphos, G-R-A-P-H-O-S, means to draw, hence photography. Photography. That's its root. Photography is drawing with light. And that means that light is essential for creating great photographs. To take good photographs, there are 2 essential prerequisites for the cameras. First, how much light they can bring in. Then what specs should you look for to see if a camera could capture the light? Simply put, the F number should be low and the image sensor size should be big. The F number tells you about the size of the aperture, which is the opening of the lens that lets light into the camera. So the smaller F number, the more light is able to pass through the lens and reach the sensor. To illustrate the f1.8, how much the light it lets in. It lets in about 80% brighter than the f2.4 on average smartphones. On an average smartphone. So after the light passes through the lens, it lands on the image sensor. A larger image sensor can have a larger pixels and capture more light, as you can see in the visual. So the LG G4 offers OIS 2.0. OIS, as many of you will understand, is optical image stabilization. With the OIS version 2.0 on LG G4, not just the X and Y axis stabilization is catered to, but it has also added the Z-axis feedback. Now, this means that the G4 offers more stabilization than any other smartphone. Any other smartphone OIS. So G4 has a f1.8, a 40% larger image sensor, and 3-axis OIS 2.0. All these gets lots of light into the G4's camera. Now, let's see how this technology makes the G4 camera better. Have a look. 9% brighter than the f2.2. So as you can see, the f1.8 is absolutely beautiful. So how about these? Can you see the difference? G4's camera is awesome, even under the most challenging light conditions, thanks to its 11% brighter f1.8 lens. Once we've gotten enough light into the camera, we have to be able to process it perfectly. Any idea what this is? Right here, on the back of G4, up there. Most people thought that it's a dual flash or an IR sensor. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's a color spectrum sensor, not a mere IR sensor. The color spectrum sensor, in plain language, is a technology that recognizes light and objects. It understands the ambient light and reads an object's exact color the same way you see with your naked eyes. So the LG G4 is a unique smartphone with this type of advanced color spectrum sensor that can read RGB light as well as IR. So on a cloudy, rainy day, as perhaps today in Mumbai when you go out, when most cameras get confused, the color spectrum sensor, it knows exactly what colors are in the scene. Now, take a look at these images and compare them. The colors the G4 captures are more accurate to the real subject. You've got to check this out for yourself in the experience zone after this. And the experience zones are here on my right and to the left. So after you've heard everyone speaking, you're most welcome to go there and experience personally your little conversations with the LG G4. In the camera mode, just to continue, in the camera mode of G4, you have the simple mode and the auto mode, just as in other smartphone cameras. However, there is no substitute for the human touch in photography, that we all know. And that is what inspired us to add a manual code to the G4's camera. It gives you the similar level of control you'd expect to find on professional or DSLR level cameras. In the manual mode, you can save your photos in RAW format, in addition to the JPEG by one simple touch. You can control white balance, ISO, the shutter speed, and so on. So let's see. Have you ever dreamt to take these kind of photos anytime you want? One cool trick with manual mode is that you can also capture beautiful streaks of the moving light by slowing down the shutter speed from 1, 2, and 4 seconds up to about 15 to 30 seconds. And, you know, this has been tested. Now, let's have a look at some imaginative images that I have captured through various manual settings of the LG G4. These photographs, believe it or not, have been taken by me personally on my LG G4. This is a photograph of one of the staircases in my office and in my home. These are caricatures and paintings of mine that people have done during cartoon festivals. Obviously, they thought that I'm some kind of a cartoon. This particular photograph here, where the two frames, the lower half and there's an upper half, there are two different frames. So actually, it's supposed to signify how tall I am. It's been done by a very prominent politician of this state, Mr. Raj Thackeray. This is a Rajasthani painting. There's a village in Rajasthan where they invite important celebrities and they paint on a sheet, a white sheet, his entire life. Villagers comes with an iktara and they sing the story of the life of this celebrity. And this was done by a painter in a village when somebody was doing a film on me and a documentary. So here you can see everything is in Rajasthani, but I mean, because the picture has been blown up, you can't see some of the details, but every image in this is actually my face dressed in a Rajasthani costume. So you will have portions of Kaun Banega Crorepati here, some elements of my life when I was in hospital, some of my films, etc., etc. This is a photograph of my lawn from the first floor of my house. This is a tashtari, a plate, which lies on one of my desks. And this is quite unique. It's a little image from Sri Lanka, and it's supposed to get rid of all evil. And it's rather beautiful. It's supposed to drive away all the evil forces. So I deliberately brought it here that all the evil forces that could be connected with today's program be driven away, including when you go back through this rain-infested day today. These photographs will be framed in proper frames, and they will be available here next to the experiment zone for you to have a closer look. And when you do have a look at them, you will realize the very fine detailing that the camera has been able to capture. I deliberately took these pictures because just to show you, it may not look so detailed right now, but when you will see the actual size, you will realize how minutely this wonderful LG G4 camera has been able to capture the details. So, selfies. This is the most common used word in today's world. Selfies can't get enough of those, right? Here comes the G4 with an 8-megapixel front camera for you to relish your selfies. Now, you remember the G3 and the gesture for selfies? LG G4 adds more to the fun of selfies with the all-new gesture interval shot. Gesture interval shot. Remember this. So, you open your hand in front of the camera, make a fist, and then spread your fingers again, make another fist, and you get not one, but 4 selfie shots in one go. And that too, in an interval span of 1 second each for 4 different poses. So you don't have to do anything. You just press that button at the back, keep it pressed for a certain period of time, leave it, make all kinds of different faces for the camera, and you have 4 different selfies of yourself in just 4 seconds. So I think that the G4 camera can be talked about the whole day, and we have very limited time here. Thus, I would rather say, get the G4 and explore the great visual experience it offers. Have a look, ladies and gentlemen. Perhaps this is because both are visual. So with the G4, you can capture images exactly as the eye sees them. And then you can see them on the G4 screen so vividly and so naturally. It's like you're there looking at the scene with your own eyes. So how and what did LG do? This time again, the display is LG. The G4 is the first in the world to use quantum IPS display that delivers a movie theater picture quality. A movie theater picture quality. The DCI, Digital Cinema Initiatives, is the standard that LG selected on the G4, the same as selected by the top 7 major movie studios of the world to show the best picture quality, and thus the G4 offers smartphone display like never seen before. The quantum display of the G4 expresses exactly what human eyes perceive. You know, the human eyes can perceive red and blue colors about 15% better than the green color. The quantum display is most closely set to this coordinate so that you can see more vivid reds and blues to provide a more vivid visual experience. So the quantum display implements the real RGB colors matching the natural colors. The G4's quantum display further improves the contrast ratio by 50% and brightness by 25%, as well as the color reproduction range. This higher contrast ratio and the enhanced brightness makes it possible to see the display in outdoors much more comfortably, plus it is even sharper. Oh, and just to clarify the difference between our IPS quantum display and quantum dot display, you see, both display technologies look similar. But IPS quantum display can have a much thinner panel and similar bezel size. Perfect for smartphones. But this is not all. The G4 utilizes a special graphic RAM that puts the CPU to sleep when displaying a still frame, so there's less battery drain when there's no action happening on the display. Did you get that? Fine. And you must know that the G4 therefore lasts 11% longer. It lasts 11% longer. So now, having a look at this, which amongst these gives the feel of real strawberries? You would agree with me. It's IPS quantum display, and that's G4's display for you. So ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly summarize the quantum display. It improves the color. It improves the color reproduction range by 20%, the contrast ratio by 50%, and the brightness by 25% compared to existing displays. Plus, battery consumption is reduced by 11%. So ho gaya na, sone pe suhaga. With this advanced camera and unique IPS quantum display, the LG G4 will truly deliver a great visual experience. And I'd like to see another video. और यहाँ उपस्थित हुए आज इस कार्यक्रम में मैं तहे दिल से और हृदय से आप सब लोगों को धन्यवाद देता हूँ। आप सबके लिए चंद पंक्तियाँ मैं सुनाना चाहूँगा जिसे कि हमारे भाई साहब अमित गुजराल जी ने लिखे हैं। अमित जी, आप एक बार खड़े हो जाएं ताकि आपके लिए ताली बज जाए। These wonderful lines have been composed and written by Amit ji, and I'll just read it out to you. जी करता है तुझे देखूं मैं, जी करता है तुझे देखूं मैं, जी करता है तुझ में दिखूं मैं, जी करता है तुझे सुनूं मैं, जी करता है तुझ में बोलूं मैं, जी करता है तुझे छूऊं मैं, जी करता है तुझ में डूबूं मैं, जी करता है जी से लगा लूं तुझे मैं, जी करता है जी से लगा लूं तुझे मैं। धन्यवाद। तो जी तो करता है कि G4 के बारे में बातें ही करता जाऊं, मगर कुछ पल चाहूँगा बिताना जी के साथ। और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका देवियों समझो। ये थी कुछ पंक्तियाँ G4 और आपके लिए, और फिर मैं थोड़ी देर बाद आपसे फिर मिलता हूँ। And before I take your leave now, I would like to thank the LG family for making me a part of them. I'd like now to call upon stage again Mr. Amit Gujral to introduce the human-centric user experience of the LG G4. I'd actually like to go across to show you where this framed photograph is available, but I think we've spoken about it before. Once we are done with this, you can walk across here and you will see framed photographs of the ones that I took and explained to you at the experience zone. Mr. Amit Gujral.
Mr. Amitabh Bachchan to reveal the great G4 as we see the great, feel the great. Please, with a thundering applause, can I have both Mr. Sukhwan and Mr. Amitabh Bachchan on stage to reveal the beautifulness of LG G4.